If you want to build a suspension bridge or launch a spacecraft, start with the laws of physics. You calculate load limits, material stress, and gravity. If the design ignores the load-bearing capacity of the materials, the structure eventually reaches its breaking point. Societies experience similar breaking points. When systems of justice and rights are designed without accounting for our structural limits, the result is a systemic failure in human happiness. This is because the human being is built with a strict engineering, a specific, complex architecture. We aren't blank slates. Our internal hardware is governed by biological, psychological, and spiritual rules that dictate how we function. Every society is essentially a behavioral program, a methodology, attempting to run on this hardware to produce a stable life. Right now, we are attempting to force two different operating systems onto this same human framework. The success of a society depends on whether its chosen methodology is actually compatible with that underlying hardware. The first option is the human methodology. It is a system built from the bottom up. It relies on trial and error, using our cumulative experiences to eventually figure out what works. Our perspective is limited to what we can see. We're building the map while lost in the woods. Because this knowledge is fragmented, the system is subject to the biases of its designers. We are guessing our internal source code without the original blueprint. When the rules for a society are treated as a series of experiments, justice and rights become moving targets. If the theory is wrong, the people living under it bear the cost of that error. A system built on shifting, subjective guesses cannot provide the stable foundation required for a just society. The alternative is the divine methodology. This framework skips the trial and error phase entirely. It is built with a top-down comprehension of the human being. It comes from the original architect who defined the hardware. This system accounts for how humans interface with the surrounding environment, placing life into a fixed, stable relationship. Because the methodology matches the human design, it avoids the friction and systemic bugs that lead to social breakdown. The divine methodology is inherently aligned with human nature because it was explicitly designed to fit it. When we build a society, we have to choose which of these two frameworks to follow. We can rely on the shifting guesses of human experience or the fixed compatibility of the divine system. If we trust only in human guesses, we accept that our rights and freedoms will always be subject to the next round of trial and error. Choosing the divine system is a structural requirement. If the hardware is rigid, the program running on it must be precise. Stability and flourishing are the natural results of a methodology that actually accounts for the strict engineering of the human soul. To secure a life that works, we must adopt the blueprint provided by the one who designed us.